Welcome. The next episode of Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light. Look who we got with us. We've got that orange cowboy that you've seen all over the Akashic Network. Here he is. Our question for all of you is, have you got room in your life for a little more joy? A lot more? I mean, is there room? Today we have Swami Sadashiva Tirtha. And stay tuned, for at the end we will get this amazing joy activation. So, Swami, I have a couple of personal questions. What is it with this color orange? What is it? Why?
Yeah. Aren't you glad you asked that question?
Oh.
Oh. Well, there's two reasons for orange for me. First, it's the color of joy. When I started to see orange in my head, I became extremely joyful. And then one day I was at the shopping at the Gap and I saw an orange t-shirt. I said, oh, cool, I'll get that. And a couple of months later, it was an orange hoodie was there. I said, oh, look at that. And before you knew it, they outfitted me head to toe. And I was feeling a little bit self-conscious. But then the other reason came in. I'm a monk in a Vedic tradition from India. And monks wear orange robes in India. And I said, well, okay, I'm a monk from India. I did actually start to wear the robes. So I wore some Western clothes and some monk clothes. And so for joy and for being a monk, a little bit of support from one to the other.
Right on. Those are awesome reasons. So I'm still curious though. What does that whole name mean, Swami Sadashiva Tirtha? What is all that, and how do I get a name like that?
Yeah, well, you just decide you want one. No, I was recognized as a Swami, which is a monk in the Indian tradition, and Tirtha is our lineage. It goes all the way back to Adi Shankara, a little 12-year-old boy who went around and enlightened all of India, and he created 12 paths to enlightenment because people grow on a different path. It's kind of like the Shankaracharyas are kind of like a pope in a sense. And he had set up 4 in India. So Tirtha is one of the remaining lineages. And Sadashiva, there's a name given to me by another Swami, and Sada means always, and Shiva is Shiva, so my guru translated, he says that means you're ever blissful. Sadashiva means ever blissful. So
I love that.
So you're the joy guy then. Yeah, always happy.
And now people are calling me the master of joy, so I'll take that.
Oh, that's pretty good. We've got several people from the Academy and some other people coming in. I just wanted to say a shout out to Tig and to Casey and to Anna and to Bev and Jasmine and Nina Bushby. She's new in my feed, and so is Barbara Stride-Stewart. Kathy Watson is watching from Australia. Krista Higginbotham. Emily's watching. Hi, Emily. Michael.
Hi, Emily.
Michael Elizabeth and Melissa Krasniar is watching. Joy, she says. Yay. Yay. So lots of people watching. And please like this up and share it out to all your groups and share it up to everybody. Right, Teresa, what's going on this week, Teresa, for if you're liking it up and sharing it out?
Sorry, a little noise there.
What are they winning again? Is it with Bex this time or with you, a healing?
It's your turn.
It's your turn, Teresa.
Yep.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh, yay. Okay, I get it. Hey, I have these really neat angel messages. I channel the angels in the morning. So I would like to channel an angel message for you if you share our broadcast out the most.
Very good. Cool. And so we're all sharing it out here right now, and then sharing it out to some people we know. And I can't win because I usually share a lot. So, but unfortunately, I'd like to win. I'm just going to have to, hit her up later for it. So, yeah. So like it up and share it up, and at the end of this broadcast, we'll be telling who won last week's. So I'll announce the winner, who's won a healing with me. So that's cool. So Bex, you have a question for the Swami. You've had some
I
stuff this
do.
week.
I do. It was a very, very heavy week for me. I was really purging a lot of very deep, painful, emotional stuff all week long. And I kept thinking about how we're going to be doing a show on joy and how important it is to be able to access that joy in the middle of our purgings, because we have to go through this process of clearing. We can't take it with us. We got to be able to let it go. But in the midst of that heaviness and clearing and crying and anger and frustration, joy would have been perfect, to be able to just switch into it. How do you do that? How do you reach in and grab a hold of that joy when you're feeling so low?
Yeah, this is probably the most asked and most common question. So thank you for asking that. I think the answer would be that there's a whole arc, a whole range of options to try, from trying to when you've tried everything and nothing works, then you just accept it in the moment. And when you do that, then it clears right up too. But some of the things along the way are, neuroscience tells us if we force a smile, we start secreting happy hormones in our brain. And others would be taking action, doing things we're not used to doing. It might be cleaning our house. Sometimes when I clean my house, my whole emotions get elevated because of the feng shui. The energy is flowing. If it's not cleaning, it's just getting something out of the middle of the room that's sitting there that's blocking the flow of energy. Sometimes it's just going for a walk or bouncing on a trampoline and getting the energy flowing inside of us. Or just, this is the newest thing that Spirit is just showing me, just having me move my energy. And just, you could even try this right now with me. Everybody just wiggle your fingers and imagine they're going in circles. Circles seems to be the magical thing. And raising your arms and your legs and your head, you just feel your energy just flowing, and just, it kind of feels silly, and yet you'll feel your energy is actually awakening and flowing and moving. And it's going into those crevices that are opening. And that's where I think it is. The fear or the sadness usually comes from something up here. I'm not supposed to feel this way. I'm not supposed to see this. I'm not supposed to experience this. What if it's coming out? What if it's just we were opening up a room we haven't been in, and it's clearing the dust and the smells out? Well, there's a reason to be joyful. You might go like this and go, get that stuff out. Okay, good. Yeah. What if our higher beings, our older selves from other planets, is starting to grow our bodies into new ways? What if we're going to extend our necks up and we're going to have more chakras up here? What if we're going to have more kneecap joints in our ankles, in our legs, and our arms? And these things are starting to clear out. There's a whole range of cool things that we can imagine. And then again,
that's beautiful.
And then again, at the very end, when nothing else works, when you're just too exhausted to take any kind of action, you say, okay, well, here I am. I love myself anyway, even in this sadness and anger. And I thank you, God or Spirit or Angel, because I know I'm going to figure out sooner or later this was in my best interest. And when that happens enough times, the experience glues into the gaps, so you are stronger. I mean, another thing is to say, well, it takes time to exercise that muscle of joy. When you plant a rose bush, you don't say, okay, where's the bush? Where's the flower? Where's the flower? It takes a season to grow. So same thing with developing our joy muscle. Is that we say, oh, okay, I've been here before, and I'm stronger, and I don't go into the down as fast as I used to, and I come out faster. So each time we get better and better at becoming masters of joy.
Becomes our default setting, right?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
I just heard last night.
Superhighway.
Yeah, at last, 21 days of living in joy, doing something, like in my book, I show you how to do something every day for 21 days. You create neural pathways of joy. Then last night I heard that science says if you do an actionable habit for 66 days, you put that into your life for good. So
Oh.
the thinking and doing things for 21 days gets the brain pathway. And then you do joyful things for 66 days total, and you are living in joy from then on.
Oh, cool.
That's really good to know.
Wow.
That is awesome.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
So I'm going to create a 66. I have a 21-day course, and now I'm going to create a 66-day course.
Perfect.
Oh, yes.
yes, that is
Absolutely.
cool. And we can get your book. Let us know how we can get that book, because that's.
Sure. Let's see. Here we go.
There it is.
So this is called 21 Days
there
of
it is.
Joy, and you can get it in book form, paperback, and in ebook form at Amazon. And if you want a compendium to this, I created an online course, 21 Days of Living in Joy, where I have every day I have 3 3-minute videos of meditation, an insight into joy, and an action step. Because without taking action, everything just becomes a daydream. Day's a daydream. My site is orangecowboy.com.
Yeah, I put that in the links in our links, and it should be up there so everybody can find it. And you have a really cool site there. And what you have a really nice little meditation download. I've downloaded it with the singing bowls. That's pretty nice.
Yes,
Really
anybody goes to my site and says they don't know how to meditate, I created a Tibetan bowl meditation for you. Just sign up for it and you could download it, and it's just washes right over you and just changes you. That's another thing you could do, Bex, and listen to something like that. Listening to EEG brainwaves. There's any number of things, playing with your pets, helping other people. You know, there are days, I'll go to the health food store to shop, and I'm kind of like not in the best mood. And then I'll see somebody who looks less happy than me, and I'll go up and find something nice to say about them, like something real, like, oh, that's a lovely shirt, or, you know, hey, how's it going today? Good to see you. And then they smile, and then I feel better. It's like I forgot I wasn't even feeling that great. So sometimes they're messages to us. Hey, you're going to meet somebody that needs some joy. So it's not your down, it's their down. And then again, another thing is, if the world is going through a down point and you're intuitive, you're empathic, you're picking up on it, say blessings for the whole world. And then that also uplifts you too. Think of yourself as a master of joy, as somebody here to help the world. It's not just about us. And well, so many options.
Yeah, I love that master of joy. That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
And it's funny because intuitively I went for a walk. And that wasn't something that I normally do in the snow and cold and stuff, but I went for a walk, and I did do that moving around thing. I finally just felt myself pushing through. So it's cool that we automatically, you know, will start, our body and our soul will give us keys, you know, to get out of it. So to not even be aware that we're tapping into joy, we're tapping into joy. So, and you move through it faster, and I did move through it faster this time, which was amazing.
Beautiful.
And I mean, 21 days of joy to 66 days of joy, and I'm on that path now, and that's awesome. Yeah. So thank you.
Pleasure. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have some comments here.
My body wants to shake with joy.
Jessica says that makes so much sense for her as well. There's power in realizing that it's a choice, that you choose joy rather than choosing to be otherwise. And Jasmine said she had this change of mindset prior to that release that allowed me to be less reactive to that, I assume, that crappy feeling, and just let it happen naturally as possible. Swami, you were dropping truth bombs, Emily says, about joy right now. So much value in everything you're sharing. So that's
and you know, another thing is, these things keep coming to me: eating healthy, eating organic, eating whole foods, whole grains. You're honoring, you're building a structure, honoring your temple, the body, which is a temple. Change from white sugars to whole cane sugars. For a week, you will feel magic has happened in your life. Change from white bread to whole wheat bread. In a week, you will go, oh my God, who am I? I'm like this superhero. I feel so great.
Yeah, it's the little things, that just boost your well-being. And then it's easier to feel better when you're feeling better.
So I have a question before we start the activation that you're going to do, because I'm a little bit afraid. this is just weird about me. I hope somebody else out there feels this. I'm afraid that if I get joy, I'm going to start laughing and I won't be able to stop, and then I'll start crying and laughing again and have an anxiety attack or something. I mean, how do you control the joy when it comes in? I mean, what do
Oh,
we
I don't know.
do?
That's the last thing I want to do is control it. It's a great question. It's a great question. There's a couple of answers to that, and there's a couple of reasons people are afraid. That's one of them. Another is that you've been brought up to say, "Why are you laughing? Look at our ancestors. Look what they went through." You can't laugh. You have to carry on for their struggling and their suffering. So there's that too. A fear I'm going to look stupid or foolish. I think the first time I really lost it in laughter, I was in high school and I was watching a Marx Brother movie, A Night at the Opera, and it was the stateroom scene where more and more people kept filling into this tiny little room, and and it was building, and I was laughing, and I laughed so hard I had to lay on the couch, and I laughed so hard I rolled onto the floor. I mean, I lost it, and it was my first awakening on how funny life can be and how brilliant and crazy life can be. So I think it's great to lose it and discover where you are. And there's nothing wrong with anything that happens naturally to you. I mean, do it by yourself first if you're really embarrassed, but yeah. So yeah, I think it's a great thing to do. And take it in small steps. I always say this, and if you're wanting to, you have to move forward, then I make this legal contract with Spirit. I say, okay, I'm going to take a step forward into this, but if I'm too afraid at any moment, I can just get right back out. And that's honored. And that way you're always in charge. And one of you said that before. It's an underlying wonderful golden path to know we're in charge of our lives. We can take control of our lives at any given moment. But if we don't test our boundaries, we won't be able to prove there are no boundaries.
True.
If we don't test our structure, we won't know what is structure and what is limits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So it's a great question, Teresa. Yeah.
well, thank you.
Very powerful. All right, should we do the joy activation now? I think we're ready. I'm
All
excited.
right. So this is
awesome.
This is for everybody who's wants more joy. This is also for the children because Jessica's little girl said that she was born into the world, have more joy, and she said, but I found there's still a lot of it not happening. So this is for everybody, from the young children to the oldest of souls on the planet, to all the ETs who also benefit as we grow too.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my little joy friend here. It's an amazing crystal. I'll get you some close-up shots of it here. This was gifted to me. It's somewhere from one of the indigenous shamanic tribes. It was gifted to me by a shaman down in Florida from Colombia.
Wow, I can feel that from here.
Yeah.
I've had it for a long time, but only when I saw your show about crystals did Spirit say, this is the time to activate it and launch it for the world.
Wow.
It's been in dormancy with me for about a decade.
Cool.
All right, so what I'd like you all to do is put your hand on your heart to activate the heart and think about the person or the thing that you love the most. It could be your spouse, your child, your parent, your dog, a place, a music, whatever it is, and think about the joy it brings you. Feel that joy and take a nice deep breath in and feel your heart expand with joy. As you relax, you let go of everything, and the only thing left is joy, because joy is eternal. And as you're feeling that joy, your awareness is following joy back down into its roots. And you're seeing that there is no end to joy. As you get to the source of joy, you feel a ball of energy emanating like a spring coming out of the ground. And that spring, that source of joy, is in the core of your heart. It's in the core of your gut intuition. It's in the core of your soul. It's in the core of your mind. Anything that has power for you, you find joy is the source of it all. When you think about love and family, there's the source of joy you tap into instantly. No time and space. It's there for you. You think about your career, your job, what your mission is. That source of joy is there for you right now. And the crystal is here to amplify it. And the feathers are here to help you take flight, to allow your angel wings to blossom right now and take flight and lift you in the air. Angel wings that we all have. Angel wings, the wings of joy. The angels are light and fly because they laugh and giggle all the time. And now everybody just sort of shake. There you go. Shake and feel the vibration of joy. All right. So that telling me that's the end of that activation. They're very happy. And they thank you all for participating in our first official activation of joy.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for bringing that to us.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I want to go like this now.
Everybody's
So,
just
Teresa,
saying
how'd that
wow
do
and
for you?
beautiful.
It was
How'd
good.
that
It
go,
wasn't
Teresa?
scary at all. I loved it.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Wonderful.
I loved it. And it's now I can see where I tap into it. Where the source is, and it's always there.
Yeah.
And I thank you for showing me that.
We are masters
beautiful.
of joy. We have mastery of our joy. And now you know you've been reminded where your source is. So,
Thank you.
and Bex, you could use that the next time, should you actually have that.
Yes. And I will. Thank you. Amazing tool to have.
Awesome.
And
So
instant
thank you
access.
so much.
Yes.
Everybody is just, Bernie saying beautiful. Mary and Mike are saying thank you. Tig saying so great. Andrea Jones-Stefanowski is saying glad she didn't miss the live. And Jessica, Suzanne Dugas is saying thank you. That's so powerful. Yeah, so it's just very powerful. It was very powerful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Yeah, Jasmine connected the joy to her family. That's really cool.
That's very nice. Yeah.
You want to be able to apply this, not just to our life, but to our family, to our life purpose. You know, a lot of people do good things in the world, and then they put joy on the back burner. They forgot that's the whole reason they got started.
Mm-hmm.
So
take time for joy every day. Joy your size.
Enjoy your size.
Yes,
Awesome.
That's it. I love it. It's true.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much for being with us, Swami.
Thank you. It was a great pleasure.
I want everybody to share this out so we can share the joy everywhere. Share it to your friends and your family and everyone. I want to announce the winner of last week's, which is Elaine Matthews. And Elaine, thank you for sharing out. She shared the most last night, and I'll be contacting her. Teresa, you have our wrap up? Yeah.
I do. I have 4 announcements. Sunday is a very busy day at the Akashic Network, and right after our show, don't miss the Nutritional Energetics with Kathy Holmeyer. It's at 10 Pacific Time, 1 Eastern Time. And tonight we've got that Cosmic Ascension Report with Janelle Cameron. That is always good stuff. That's at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. in Pacific Time. And then our own Emily Harrison and Coach Nick Pereira has a special event coming up that you all need to sign up for. How to increase your psychic abilities. And that is this Thursday, February 15th. It's at 5 p.m. PST at the Akashic Academy. So go sign up and do it. And next week, we will have our very own Emily on our show. I can't wait. And you guys, we're going to learn what the heck is this Akashic Record stuff anyhow. And she's going to tell us. Thank you for coming.
Awesome.
Thank you again, Swami. It's been a delight, and now I'm happy to know what the orange is, and I'm feeling joyful just looking at you. I always feel joyful looking at you, Swami.
Yeah,
It just
it's
just
true.
makes me smile. Your
It's
smile
true.
is so contagious. It's just wonderful. Hey, Bex,
Thank you.
you
That's
feeling
really
better now?
I feel amazing. I'm vibrating so high now. This is great.
Yeah,
This
I
is
feel
awesome.
Yeah, I
that.
vibrated so high, I just turned off the program for a while.
Yeah.
on
I'm
my
gonna
side.
dance after the show.
That's why I fell out. But I'm back. Yeah, I just can't sit still. That's my problem.
Yeah.
I just,
Well, that's it. The energy is so contagious. It's calling us to action that we have to amp our activity up more now. You know, if we sit still, then the energy is going to start to almost hurt us because we brought it in and then we're damming it up. So,
no more winter hibernation. No.
yeah,
Let's
I
really.
get
guess
out,
you could.
Oh,
get
yeah,
I guess
outside
I'm
in the
going to the
snow.
gym in a little bit. I'm gonna go
that's
really
it.
sit at the
Yes.
gym. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And share it with
Martial
everybody here.
arts,
Yes.
yoga, all those things.
Shovel the snow.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, that's my gym, snow shoveling.
That's going to be my gym this afternoon too. It looks like, yeah, it looks like outside. Well, thank you again. And anybody,
Oh,
Thank
thanks
you.
for having me. I'm so blessed to be able to actually create this first joy activation with a crystal. It's the first time I've brought
That's
the
so
crystal to
beautiful.
public
oh,
attention.
we're so honored. We're so
Yeah.
honored.
Thank
That's,
you.
yeah,
A beautiful crystal.
that's beautiful.
Mhm.
So we'll see more of it sometime.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you
we'll have
again,
to.
Swami. And please visit theorangecowboy.com, and there's links to his book in our links.
Yeah, get that
So
book.
just go and check it out, and check out his other books. He has the Ayurvedic Encyclopedia.
Yes, I want that one. Whew.
Yeah, I do too. I'm going to get to Amazon and get it. Amazon.ca. So great. Thank you again. And have a blessed week, everyone.
Yes.
And remember,
Joy, joy, joy.
yeah,
Joy,
and
joy, joy.
February 15th is a special day. It's half price chocolate day, and you guys can figure that one out. Take care, everyone. Love y'all. Bye-bye.